Yeah, well, we arrived there on Sunday, not really on Tuesday. It started on Tuesday because we needed to make sure that everything else is in line. And then from Tuesday it started, and I think as an entity of Mtpa, we have improved really from the previous expo in terms of proper coordination between as a province working as a team. We have increased the number of SMMEs that we have brought collectively. We have about 42, which is a big increase from last year. And I think this year what has happened that is most important is that the SMMEs themselves, they have found business. I think in one session which we had with the High Commission of India, that was one of the practicality of why we are here. Because you could hear in that session that one of the SMMEs from Pinar, to be precise, which is a rural area, has got business from India, and the Indians are ready to explore Mpumalanga to an extent that through the efforts that we are doing through government, we would want to see an Indian airline really landing in our space, which is Mpumalanga, which will then really open up for other businesses. And the interesting thing is that SMME is between your youth level. So we are really motivated to see this. We have brought in diverse businesses. One of the businesses that we have brought this year for the first time is Ebukhosini Resort in Komazi. And I'm saying this because we have a responsibility to expose township businesses to such platforms. So we've brought Ebukhosini as one of the new entries into being part of what we are selling as a package based in Komazi. So I think it was really a very effective session, though we could improve. And I think what we need to do year on year is to definitely keep on improving so that our people can benefit out of this and it can translate to job creation. Yeah, I'm really thrilled. You know, when we had an interview, I just spoke to Mbombela Experience in the morning because last year when I always ask after these sessions, how was it? Did you get business? I am super optimistic than I was last year because seemingly last year the market was still opening up. So they were not really happy, but the answers that I've got today were really brilliant. I mean, I can go back to Kosini. He was not really sure if this platform can suit their company, but today he has now said to me, officially, Chair, I'm going to be part of the Indaba forever because of the type of businesses and the type of network that this opportunity has brought me. So in terms of really looking forward, I think if we are not hit by another pandemic, surely the sector, as our government through the Premier, they want this tourism sector to be one of the key drivers of job creation. So we are very optimistic. Yeah, look, we are not happy. We are not happy in terms of the youth participation here. And I think as an activist of youth development, I'm not happy, and I'm going to be the first to admit that youth in this sector are far from it. And I think with the engagement and the effort that Mtpa through other stakeholders like your National Youth Development Agency, we have an undertaking, an MOU that we have signed to say how do we fast track young people to actually have products, because for you to participate here, unfortunately you need to have a product. Whether you are a tour operator, you need a safari vehicle to take your people into Kruger. So those are I think the barriers of entry for young people into the sector so that then we can take them here. But I think with what we are doing as Mtpa, through its management and ourselves as a board, we think next year we will have a proper representative of young people. And I think in closing, in that aspect, the MEC of Economic Development, Mtpa, because she's a former chairperson of the Portfolio Committee of Youth, People with Disability and Women, we have a duty to make sure that in the next Indaba, surely we'll see an element of having 40% people that we have brought here being young people, and I think I'll make that commitment to say that will happen, Dago Blue. We want to thank our SMMEs who have participated in the Indaba that we brought here. We also want to further say thank you to all stakeholders, the districts, the municipalities that participated. We want to also thank the Department of Economic Development for ever supporting Mtpa activities, including the government in Mpumalanga in large. We are looking forward to seeing you next year, 2024. It's going to be much bigger and better, and more business deals are going to be signed. Thank you.